Hello, greetings once again from Waliczka near Krakow in Poland on this not so sunny Saturday at the almost at the very end of March. Just here this time to firstly say thank you to everybody who has donated to the fundraiser, the fundraising campaign that I set up initially in January, but then I started really pushing in mid-February, so about 5-6 weeks ago. And yeah, the target that I had that I'd set up for this campaign. I better turn this music down because I've already tried to do one of these once, and I've got this playing in the background, and when I just did a test run, also with this in the background, and another side of it, fantastic album by the way, Dark Magus, 1977 classic. Yeah, the test, because I always do a test one just to make sure I'm kind of framed okay and so on and so forth. And even now I can see I'm not. So, but yeah, I did a test one. There was some Miles Davis in the background, and of course it got blocked. So it was only like a 2-minute test run. But anyway, but here I am to do the proper thing. But I better just pay attention to the fact there shouldn't be any Miles Davis playing in the background. Anyway, yes, here essentially to talk about the fundraiser again, and as I started saying, to thank everybody who's donated. The target was met several days before the finishing date, and I was very happy with the fact that the target was not only met, but also the amount of donations went beyond the target. So some more money came in than I imagined it would. And as I've said before, I've done a couple of uploads, I think, about this here on YouTube. I was a little reserved about this initially, and which is why I didn't really push it straight away. But I really had to do the fundraiser in the end, just because there were some really pressing bills that needed paying, and I've managed to pay them thanks to everybody's help. And I always said when I set up the campaign, and even amongst the blurb, because it's just through PayPal. I even said if I get 200 people donating, it will be good. But I haven't quite had 200. I think there's, I think there have been 180, so almost 200, which isn't that good when you think, well, when you consider the fact that I have probably almost 3,000 people on my mailing list. Yeah, so but whatever. I know, as I've said before, most people have enough to worry about without thinking about some bloody stupid label, running from Poland, asking for money to pay bills, but most people, already struggle, of course they do. So, I didn't expect much, but I thought if I get 200 people, that will maybe help me get towards the figure. But it went, the amount that came in several days ago, or until several days ago, went beyond the target. And because of that, and indeed the fact that I have a new CD arriving early next week and another bill, um, I thought, again, I don't want to take the piss here, and I appreciate everything that's so far come in, but I thought maybe since there was an option to do this, maybe I'll just extend the deadline until the 4th of April. So that's next Friday. And I'll just raise the target figure by a few hundred since it had already gone over the original target figure, the original goal, by um, over £100. So I thought maybe I can just add another few hundred and see if if we can get there, and help with the CD bill as well. That's all, because all the money um, um, that's come in, all the donations just went really um, to pay bills. That was the dilemma Fourth Dimension Records was in. However, I've got what two. I've got the When Worlds Collide double LP, um, waiting to go. Um, I've got the Extended Network double LP waiting to go, and pre-orders have come in for both. So there's some money there, but I um, I think I need to get some more money together just so I can pay um, for the next vinyl release. Um, on time. I can't be late. So I'm lucky. I was late actually paying the bill that was outstanding. Yeah, there was a bill outstanding, a really huge bill, which is why again I set up this fundraiser. Um, and I was a week late with that, so I can't afford to be late next time. So a little extra money coming in towards the fundraiser might actually help the ongoing situation with the labels. And again, it's all appreciated, and I don't really expect anything. I think in my last newsletter several days ago, I said if I can just get 30 or 40 people to donate £5 to £10, that'll be nice. I would say with the extension in mind, if I get another 20 or 30 donations of £5 or £10, then that revised target will have been met by next Friday, and that's all I'm looking at. I've also, and again, maybe I said this before, I've also been pleasantly surprised by the amount of warm messages that have come in, the messages of support. It's all made me reevaluate everything that I'm doing with the labels, because I generally feel, even if something sells okay, I generally feel that my releases just go out into a void, and you know, and few people care. Um, I don't, you know, I, I don't see the labels as being popular or anything like that. I never have done. I think they did have a kind of moment in the 90s, mid 90s, or Fourth Dimension did anyway, when I was putting out a lot of vinyl releases. But despite the rise of releases in the last couple of years, but you know, aside from the uh, occasional email that will come in and express appreciation of a release or a deal. I'm always doing deals through the shop. Um, Aside, besides that, I don't, I don't really get much in the way of attention. Of course, I use social media, Facebook especially, and I can see, you know, very often I'll post something there regarding a new release, and maybe there'll be 6 likes, or something. So I just think, business as usual. So yeah, but with that in mind, I was very pleasantly surprised by the amount of warmth. Uh, that's come in so far, via messages, um, messages of support for what I do and for the releases and the labels. The amount of people that have said I've introduced them to things that they wouldn't have considered before. Well, that's nice, and of course, it's one of the reasons I do it. Um, so I'll just have a slurp of coffee. Coffee, not not Yorkshire tea this time. So yeah, um, if you can, or if you know anybody who can, please keep the donations coming. That's why I'm here, and again, just to express my gratitude. Also, I had really surprisingly three huge donations as well. I'm not going to name the people, of course, um, but these donations were really nice, much appreciated. The people concerned should know that they will get every release or every book that I publish, all the while I keep going. So, and they can also, if they wish, get free admission to the fourth label event, once again at Cafe Otto, um, on the Saturday, the 25th of October this year. Um, with alternative TV, my group Splintered, Kleistvar, and DJ Graham Duff. Those three people that sent huge donations, if they wish to come along to that event, that they're very much welcome to come along, and they will get free admission. I will do everything I can to accommodate these people with releases and whether they like them or not. So, um, and books and everything that I do. So, on the labels anyway. So, yeah, that was in a way kind of shocking. So, all I can say is I hope one day I'll be in a position to do something similar, to help somebody in a similar way. That's all I can say really. I've never had money in my life really, so I've always been, it's a wonder. I always stipulate this, but it's a wonder that I managed to put out so many releases, but books and things, because I've always just kind of scraped to get by, you know. Um, so yeah, never been in a highly paid job or anything like that. Um, so but my skill set is kind of marginal. So yeah, I'm saying that as though I'm proud of it. I'm not. So, um, but yeah. So never been a rich person. So, um, but somehow I managed to get by and also treat myself to a couple of books and a couple of records each month with whatever's left after paying the bills. So, but I should maybe use that as a levering point to, a little leverage to underline once again the fact that all the money that's been received for the fundraiser is purely about the labels and bills and keeping things afloat and going. I'm not used any of the money for personal means, or to pay off the electricity bill or anything like that. No, no, it's all gone into labels, bill, and so on and so forth. I've got the ATV direct action CD arriving on Monday, and there's the bill for that as well. So I'm once again hoping I'll just have a little money to pay that next week, and yeah, and then I think by the end of next week, depending on how the campaign ends up, I'll probably be in much the same boat as I was before. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe some more money will come in than I imagine. But again, it's been wonderful anyway. I'm grateful for everything that's coming. So what more can I say? Yeah, I'm really labouring that point, aren't I? But anyway, yes. So, um, yeah, as I said, maybe just to wrap up, um, I I've got the ATV CD arriving, the CD version of the last ATV album arriving on Monday. Only 400 copies. I've also got the When Worlds Collide double album waiting to go. But again, I just hope I have enough money to kind of clear up um, the current invoice for that. Um, in a week or so, to at least pay the test pressings. Um, that release has been hanging around forever, and now you know why things have been kind of blocked and held up because or one of the reasons, although the Base Communion double LP um, kind of had to be brought forward, and that kind of upset plans. Let's say for late last year. Um, um, it took over the plans as they stood. Um, I now need to get back on track with the When Worlds Collide double LP. So I'm really itchy. Um, yeah, I need to get back on track with that, but I definitely need to pay invoices as they come in, which is again why I need to hope that the revised target for the campaign will be met next Friday. I've got that. I've got the extended network double LP also happening. It's delayed from May now till I think June or July, maybe even August. I don't know. Um, Lots of other things happening in the wings. There's the Nick Mott book CD, way overdue as well. There's the Grim Humour or the third Grim Humour book, way overdue. Mostly because I still needed to finish it, and I thought I would last year, and the labels just became really busy. I've only got a certain amount of free time, as I've said before. And I seem to be packing a lot of orders these days. So, in between work and family commitments and promoting stuff, I'm mostly packing orders. I go to the post office every day, every weekday. It's not open to it's not open today. It's not open on Saturdays. Not open at weekends. But I go every day. And that's my life. So yeah, I'm way behind with a few things. But what can I also say just to round things off? Please, if you can, continue to donate or spread the word about the campaign. If you know anybody who wants to help a kind of small, small Polish-based um, or Poland-based label to keep doing what it's doing, what it's always done. Um, if you know anybody who's happy to donate to the cause, please tell them. Don't need to get so much more, but obviously the more the better. So if we can break that new target, even better. I've also got deals, new deals in the shop as well. One dedicated to vinyl, mail order vinyl, a mixture of mail order items and label items, and another one dedicated to CDs as well. So also mail order and labels. Some new titles in both of those deals as well. Very cheap. Again, just hoping they will help me raise the £200-300 I want to get in the next week or so. So let's see if they will also help this cause. So yeah, I'll put a link to those deals, to each of those deals below. I'll also link the shop as usual because I've also had lots of orders in recent weeks as well. So lots of warmth, lots of nice messages, plenty of donations, and a surge of orders as well. So they've really kept me busy, you know. So, and you know, I might complain about packing and not having enough free time to read the many books that I've got piled up here unread at the moment. Um, but you know, I need to keep the labels going. Um, I just have to, and um, orders help. So that you know, it's part of what I have to do. So can't afford somebody else to help me with this at the moment. So um, maybe that day will come one day, maybe, you know. But even then, you know, I'm such a bloody control freak. I'd need to completely trust that person, you know. So it's unlikely. Um, yeah. So deals, donations, um, destitution. So here I come. No, yeah, Miles Davis. I've also been listening to this recently, The Overview by Stephen Wilson, his best um, album under his own name yet, I think. Really nice. I played that about 10 times this last few days. Lots of other stuff piled up here as well that I should talk about. And maybe I'll just do a dedicated review upload at some point. I also want to do more interviews here as well. As I've said before, Steve Pittis of Band of Pain, Dirt of Promotions, Splintered was also lined up to do a chat, discussion, interview here, but he bottled out a few weeks ago. Just said sorry, I can't do this. So I understand, you know, it's not for everybody. I really don't mind making a fool of myself in front of a camera or anywhere else. So um, you know, or in front of my groups when we play live. So um, I've never had that problem, but I understand many people do. You know, they do have these kind of inhibitions. So um, I don't, and you know, I have to be respectful. I didn't push. He declined. So maybe Nick Mott, if he's up for it, he's quite chatty actually. So I think he'll be good. Once maybe in the next week or two, we make progress with his long overdue art book, and the interview that I need to do with him still. Maybe he'll be a good person to talk about, or sorry, to talk with on here. Yeah, and that's it. I don't think Richard Youngs would want to do it. Who else? I can't imagine Richard would want to do it. Maybe I should talk to some other label people because yeah, and talk about some of the problems we get, you know, that we all face. Because obviously I've just contended with a huge problem, and I'm sure many other labels have faced similar problems. So maybe that's an idea, but I don't know who to start with. I'll have a think. And is it a good idea? I don't know. I don't get much feedback here or anywhere else. Um, Although I see the subscriptions for this have gone up in the last week or 2 weeks, um, still not four figures, so um, um, still not quite 300 people, but it's creeping up. Um, Maybe it would work better if I did these more often. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think these already put people off. Again, I don't know. Nobody tells me, apart from a handful of people, you know, that write and say, "Oh, appreciated the upload on YouTube." No, no other labels, to my knowledge, apart from Grzegorz of Bochin Records here in Poland, do this. I think maybe even if they considered it, they probably looked at mine and thought, "Oh God, you know, why would I want to do that?" So, yeah, there we are. So I don't mind doing this. I think it's a little different to how other labels operate as well. I'm going to continue doing it, but maybe I just need to build up the YouTube content more. You know, just do more uploads. What's that? Oh, I've got the dog sniffing. Oh, dog's chasing a cat. I better go and walk the dog anyway. Once I've gulp the rest of this. Um, Thanks again, everybody. It's been overwhelming, and I've been deeply touched by everything as well. Really have. It's been lovely, and long may it continue. Thank you. Thanks. I'll be here again soon, sooner rather than later. Cheers. Bye bye.